Star of Sister Wives Janelle Brown plays the victim. She ought to stop playing her small violin and assert her own might. In season 18, Janelle Brown of Sister Wives played the role of a true martyr, accusing her father Cody Brown of being the cause of all her problems. Over the years, Janelle has consistently exuded strength and demonstrated excellent common sense. But in the most recent episode of the show, she was genuinely shaky. Janelle was losing her anger more than ever and didn't think she had anything to do with it. Season 18 of Sister Wives revealed the negative aspects of many marriages. There is a dirty underbelly to the love should be multiplied, not divided cliché. Hard sentiments are prevalent, jealousy simmers, and hatred is always lurking beneath the surface, waiting to burst forth after a particularly unpleasant quarrel. Janelle and the other members of the Brown family have been acting out their roles for years. Everyone has anger pent up. The Browns' passionate feelings could no longer be suppressed in the most recent season. Extreme scenes resulted from the tension, one of which was crucial when Janelle informed Cody. Real martyrs have it tough. For instance, Anne Askew, a well-known martyr, was carried to the Tower of London and subjected to torture. She was born and raised during King Henry VIII's reign. He was an especially vile and anti-woman regent. Askew suffered consequences for allegedly being a heretic. That is really agony. No one is attempting to minimize Janelle's suffering, but it is not comparable to that of a true martyr. The divorce rate in the United States is very nearly 50%. This indicates that a large number of people are experiencing the heartache of divorce. Sadly, losses like that are all too often. Generally speaking, both parties are partially to fault when a relationship ends. Martyr-like, Janelle throws everything on her curly-haired oppressor, Cody. Though it's probable that Janelle made mistakes as well, he should still be held responsible. Perhaps she didn't fully comprehend what her spouse wants in a wife. Robin is aware of this. It makes sense why Cody is so smitten with Robin. She doesn't scream or stomp around in a fit of rage. Rather, she is a classic feminine. Her excessive crying undoubtedly makes Cody feel protective of her. Robin gives Cody permission to play the hero. Janelle was a smart, independent woman who acted more like a friend to Cody than a romantic partner. Considering how clearly Cody took offense, maybe Janelle ought to have made an effort to highlight those aspects of her personality. She had the option to project a more openly feminine persona. She might have done what Robin normally does, which is to try to make Cody feel important. Although Cody's ex-partners weren't genuinely attempting to change for him in an effort to win him over, they did always anticipate that he would. He didn't ever. As a result, for many years, Cody's identity and the kinds of women he values were not realistically understood. He was looking for someone he could tenderly tend to. Even though Robin may be stronger than Cody, she understands that Cody's masculine ego is brittle. She doesn't disregard his emotions, because Robin lets him be the man. Janelle expressed her dissatisfaction with money in Sister Wives season 18, claiming that becoming a member of the Brown family has caused major financial problems. Following her decades-long spiritual oneness with Cody, she felt empty. She was about to leave him, even though she hadn't left yet. Was the reason she finally cashed out cold, hard cash? Some of Cody's children think their father robs the other children of valuable resources by spending more money on Robin and his children with her. Both Gwendolyn and Peyton Brown have expressed harsh criticism of their father's spending patterns. So perhaps Janelle is right when she says this. But Janelle most likely had some financial control over her own. Janelle purchased an RV, which is often not a wise purchase. The value of that kind of car will quickly decline. She probably ought to have paid off any bills she had instead of doing that. Janelle desired to give living in an RV a try. Janelle went so far as to camp out near Coyote Pass, the site of the Browns' arduous and protracted battle. Given that the Browns could never agree how to develop that piece of property, it appears to be cursed. On screen, Cody stated that Janelle possesses the, as well as the rest of the family. It appeared as though he was suggesting that Janelle was fabricating a financial sob tale. It's not well known that Janelle is a liar. She is a very honest person. She doesn't have a lot of money, so there's probably some truth to that. She might not be aware of her own shortcomings, such as a potential lack of financial literacy. Perhaps she just has poor money management skills. The bitter ex-couples have developed the bad habit of thinking about a man who isn't their true love all the time. Additionally, they've grown a little too accustomed to holding him responsible for everything. They now vent in the media or on Instagram. They simply can't stop bragging about Cody. Not a single ex-partner ever admits, "I made mistakes too." That's not consistent with the victim narrative that portrays Cody's ex-girlfriends as saints and makes him appear bad. Two of Cody's ex-girlfriends open up about him in the exclusive US Weekly interview that is shown above as the cameras pan. This interview went really well because Christine and Janelle are quite close. As they unwinded together, a ton of interesting details surfaced. According to Janelle, Cody views their relationship very differently than she does. She was implying that she was merely attracted to his physical appearance. But it appears that there was a deeper rift between the two stars. They were unable to see eye to eye. During the major altercation in Season 18, Janelle was... Right now, Janelle promotes Plexus drinks online. In addition to getting compensated for her sister wives' appearances, that might help with bill payment. But even with the Season 18 debut of Sister Wives receiving enormous ratings and fan engagement, both throughout and after the season, the show's future remains uncertain. 3 wives have run away, and all 3 pretended to be the victim as they left. Cody is no longer even a polygamist. Financially, Janelle might be able to bounce back, but she might find it more difficult to handle her pain. If Cody genuinely wants a reconciliation, she is more likely to lose strength because she seemed to love him. Though he stated as much, it appears that Cody isn't always telling the truth. Presumably to make himself look like a greater man than he is, he puts up a front. He might therefore be harming Janelle even more when he makes suggestions that he wants her back. Janelle won't go back if she's wise. She doesn't, however, have a new partner. Christine has David Woolley, and Mary has Amos Andrews. According to reports, Janelle is unmarried, and it doesn't appear that finding Cody a replacement is her main concern. Perhaps her attention is on solving her financial problems. If so, she's headed in the correct direction. It is always possible to make money, and to obtain it through a variety of means. It would be preferable for her to focus about that and work through those issues. Janelle views Cody as a chasm. Cody thinks that Janelle is a hot-blooded lady, but he may be mistaken in thinking that she is only attracted to him physically. It's just Cody's way to minimize a lady like that. Women are not that one-dimensional, and Cody has already demonstrated a great deal of ignorance about women. In actuality, he frequently acts like a clown and cad, disparaging women with whom he had children in a nasty way. He doesn't treat the moms of his children very well, with the exception of the Saint Robin. The only person attractive and seductive enough for Cody is Robin. Even though Janelle looks to be lustful and seem to love their sex, it appears that Cody wasn't into it. He withdrew, certain that Janelle was abusing his physical characteristics, such as his self-described. Because of his inflated ego, Cody might have imagined how attractive Janelle finds him. Still, it might be accurate. Would it be harmful if it was? I mean, she should be drawn to her partner, right? She was merely unlucky that he was preoccupied with his intensely amorous feelings for Robin. Still, Janelle's martyr status made Cody feel like a piece of meat. He had the feel of an adult blow-up toy. Janelle was undoubtedly not happy to hear that Cody was thinking these kinds of things. As is his style, he was crude enough to voice them in public. It's possible that this altered her feelings for him. Their physical chemistry, if it wasn't entirely one-sided, is now irrelevant because they're done. It is no longer applicable. Much more important things exist. Janelle shouldn't be playing the martyr if there's any truth to the rumor that she merely desired Cody's body and had no genuine interest in his thoughts, objectives, or anything else. Was she truly that uninterested in him? Janelle alone knows for sure. Still, it appears that Janelle, who comes out as quiet and reserved, may have been motivated by a desire for sex. If Cody is to be believed, there appears to be a wild lady who is capable of virtually anything underneath those button-down shirts and sensible pants. At best, Cody's theory of Janelle's objectives is hazy, but there might always be a kernel of truth. Perhaps Janelle stayed behind to help get Cody ready for bed. For similar reasons, many people have remained in partnerships. Although no one could consider them martyrs, it doesn't make them horrible people. Janelle has bodily cravings, feels sorry for herself, and may be broke. Sounds really human, doesn't it? She is not a martyr or a villain because of any of these things. Although Janelle's spouse wasn't particularly wonderful, being a part of multiple marriages wasn't exactly a prescription for happiness and love. She knew going into the marriage that Cody might take additional wives, as he already had one. It's not as though she was unaware of the score. Although it stings that it ended horribly, Janelle is an adult. It is therefore inappropriate to place the entire blame on Cody, who had to balance many women and strive to satisfy their needs after nearly unintentionally falling in love with one of his wife. It was impossible for Cody to predict what Robin would do to him. It simply took place. The other wives witnessed the events. Nobody had any delusions. Janelle persisted in being a part of an obviously fake relationship. That was her worst error, but she did get something from it after all. It brought in money for her. That's why Janelle is well known. Her ups and downs with Cody have given her a significant following on Instagram. Being sister wives has helped all of the ex-spouses. They now gain from being Cody's ex-girlfriends. It would be absurd to act otherwise. People must adapt to changes in their lives. They must learn to roll with the punches and discover new avenues for obtaining happiness, money, and other necessities. Cody's ex-girlfriends knew he wasn't in love with them years before they broke up with him, yet they still use him as a scapegoat. The women could have lost years of their life with men who truly cared for them, but instead they stayed and played the part of victims. The once unloved ex-spouses of sister wives can now start over. Despite their difficulties, they persisted and allowed him to harm them. They did that for motives of their own. Sometimes, when women play the victim, they minimize their own strength. Women are free to stay or go. They are able to modify their life to accommodate evolving situations. It demonstrates to the world that strong women are capable of overcoming self-pity and persevering. Hopefully, Janelle will reject the martyr narrative and accept her own strength. She needs to own up to the fact that she stayed far too long and take responsibility for her actions. The Sister Wives actress can only do that to the best of her ability.